Alright, we just finished up video 3. We're going video 4. This will be the final one for just the basics. I'll have a couple more. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to list a lot of things individually and list them alphabetically in each description. That way you'll have access to different ideas, different things. We just coded the coins. Alright, and we said load next level. So then what we need to do next is create a new level. So let's go ahead and do that. At the bottom here you have game levels. Alright, we have click on new level. You can rename that level 2. And then you're going to want to click load level. And then you just start making your next level here. Now, you can do one of two things. You can create a whole new character that you'll have separate from level 1, or you can go down to library and then click on your player and then add to level. Now, when you do it this way, though, just remember everything that you have coded with that character stays. It doesn't change level to level. So if you want this character to do something different, you would go to your library. You click create new, and then you maybe do like player 2 or player level 2, and then code it from there. A lot of their stuff will be saved. You can do a copy and paste. I usually just embed the same character, and the main thing that I found it to be tricky with is your camera, because if you change your camera in level 2, it'll also change it for level 1. So just something to think about. I'm sure there's a workaround or something to do. If anyone watching it, because I haven't worked on it, so if anyone watching it has a workaround without creating a whole new character on what to do with your camera, leave that in the description below or in your comments below. That'd be fantastic. So we have our second level here. I'm just going to go quickly make a different color for the background. Alright. And maybe for this one, I'm going to create my ground. Remember, you're always renaming it. Ground 2, edit. And maybe the first stage was intense, right? And maybe you have decided that first stage is all you're going to need for your game, and that stage 2 really is just something that you're going to do for like a trophy room. Like, hey, congratulations, you won. Let me go ahead and finish editing this real quick. Press pause because I'm limited on time. Alright, so I just made this real quick. Get the ground. Just going to clone it out. Give him something to walk on. I don't want him to go off the sides. Alright, next I'm just going to go ahead and let's say add a trophy or flag or whatever you want to do. And we'll go ahead and click on Edit Sprite. Go to Browse. Select Category. Objects. And then I'm going to go scroll down and I can choose if there's anything or modify to make a trophy. So I'm actually going to make do the flag. And click OK. Rename that flag. Alright. Alright, so this is our flag. We're going to do a couple things. First, we're going to go ahead and go into the behavior section. We're going to say anytime that the player collides, so triggers collision. Since we're in the flag, we're going to change that collision block to code whenever the player collides. So the player. One common thing that I've found is that sometimes students will get it mixed up what they're changing here. Just remember, you're never doing. If you're in the player, you wouldn't choose player. You're gonna always use the other thing. I found a lot of times like students will say, "Hey, my code doesn't work," and that's because they're in the player sprite and then I choose player for the object to interact, to collide. So you remember the essentially like from Back to the Future, quantum physics can't occupy the same space. So same concept. So the player is not going to be touching the player. It's always going to be touching another object or colliding. So we got, since we're in the flag, we have the player. So we hit OK. And we're going to say every time it collides, the player collides with this flag, we're going to go ahead and say next level. Okay, so we're going to go down to game flow, and we're going to go to load level, connect hit to go, click on load level where it says choose, pick a level. You can do next level, or I'm just going to go ahead and choose level 1 because I want the game to start. If you had a next level, then you can make as many levels as you want. So I'm just making it so that the person playing your game could reset and start continue playing. Let's see here. Another thing you can do is, let's say you didn't want to do load level right away. You could have it be, let's say you wanted to make a like a message, and if you will go down to GUI alert, all right, and so whenever you hit that collide, you hit the show, and this is where you can type a message. You can say congrats, or you can go try again, and you don't even need to put anything for that last one, but here you have the different colors, the button, the text. You can keep that some. Change that a little bit different. All right, and so what that looks like. And as congrats, try again, and then you can, so that's how, you don't need to do the message just for this. You can put a message anywhere. So be thinking creatively how you would use that. So if you wanted to have the message pop up, and then that was there. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and add a timer. For every 10, I believe that's 1 second. So it says 1 is equal to 1/10 of a second. So 10 would be 1 full second. Let's just see. It's been a while since I've done a timer. Let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly, and I don't need to have something in front of that timer. Alright, that didn't work. Let's see what we got here. Alright, I got what we do. We can do collide, and that will start. Let's try that. And that way you get both the message. Put me back to, there we go. Oh, it did do that. It sent me back, I think. Actually, I think that did work the first time. It just took a while. Let me just try this here, though. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay, that worked. Alright, so let's go ahead and keep that. That way you have a message and timer starting at the same time. Let me go back to game levels, load. So now you have it to where the game will restart. I'll pull that back up to where the behaviors where we were. So I had a collision, so you have two things going on when you collide. You have the players colliding with the flag, so it will have a timer from a trigger. So you got to give me a trigger timer, a timer trigger. And you don't need to keep it at 3. You can make it as long or as short. Alright. And we have a load level off of game flow. load level. And then simultaneously you have an alert. So again, you can change the colors here, you can change the word, and you don't need to use that just for this flag. So let's say you're creating a game where you want interactions with friends that might help you along the way, or with enemies, right? So maybe whenever you're within proximity, maybe you're doing something out in nature, and maybe like a mama bear is yelling like, get away, get away, get away from my cubs, or whatever. So you can just think about all the possibilities that you can use with using this message under GUI, the alert. All right, let me check my list, see what else we need to cover. All right, so we did. Let me go back to my level 1. So game levels, and I'm going to load level 1. So we have coins. So we coded it to where you click 25 coins, you can make it 50 or whatever. Go to the next level, right? I always like doing like a hidden portal, or make it a map to where you can either collect the coins and make it to the second level, or you can make it through like the very difficult part, physically, and then you'll go to a portal, and then that will also take you to the next level. So let's go ahead and make a portal. So I'm just going to go ahead and click anywhere inside that, and then click create. Go ahead and type in portal. Click edit sprite. Go to browse, select category. You can make your own portal. I'm going to go ahead and just choose one. I'm going to go ahead and make this this one is fine. All right. Click OK. And now I'm going to go ahead and click on behaviors. This one's very, very simple, straightforward. Again, I'm going to go use a collision trigger. So I'm in the portal. So I'm going to say the player. Whenever the player, again, my mouse for some reason always zooms out like that. I'm going to say the player. Whenever my player collides with this, it will. That's right, everybody who guessed. We will game flow underneath GUI, go to the next level. So click on that load level and choose next level. So we got collision player, hit to go, load level. From the drop down, select next level, and that's about it for that. That's as easy as pie. Boom, you're at the next level. Again, what I'm showing you is the basics. The other day, a student and I were working on how to make it go from one door to the next. That was a fun little challenge when we did that. That'll be in the video series that I'll be doing. I'll actually ask students if they think that they're working on, if they can make me a 2-minute or under tutorial for students to access, or people on YouTube to access. I think that'd be very beneficial. All right, let's go back into our main character sprite. So hit OK. All right, I only got about a minute left on this, so I'm just going to show you a couple quick things, and then I will end up doing a couple more videos. So let's do this here. Go back to your main player sprite, and so this is nice. So you see how we have, I always like to refer students back to the -1, right? So that's that damage section, right? But damage is also health. So I'm going to go ahead and add a heart, so that whenever you go into the heart, it will actually add 1 to that. Alright, and you're going to really like this because we already have most of it coded. So I'm just going to click anywhere inside, click create, new. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and type in heart. Go back to the physics. We don't want it solid. We want to enable collisions, right? Just like the coin. Go back to properties. Now we're going to also code it to where whenever you collide, the player collides, it will make it disappear, right? So we're going to go to that red X destroyer. So whenever you hit it, it'll destroy and it will disappear.